Come on into the library. It's a place where I love to be. Look in a book, here's a story for you. Who makes stories when the day is through? Who makes stories when the day is through? Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Milton Wordsworth.
Shelley and Jackson,
Working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Come and be a story maker. Story makers. Story makers.
It's midnight. Hello.
has everybody gone?
The sun is down, the stars are bright. Story makers come out at night. Milton Wordsworth, story maker and magical maestro, at your service.
Milton, come, I need your help.
Jelly, are you looking for something, dear heart?
Yes, pasta.
Pasta? Why? Are you hungry?
So I can make a bracelet. That's what the children were doing today. Look at these, Milton.
Pasta bracelets. They certainly are most beautiful. I wonder. Now for our special ingredient, imagination. This is where we need your help. Hands out. Imagine a story.
It's a playbook.
Oh, has it got a bracelet in it?
Yes, and it's called Raksha Bandhan. It was a very important day for Jyoti. It was Raksha Bandhan. This is the day when Indian girls tie a Rakhi or friendship band on their brothers. They do this to show their brothers that they love them very much. Jyoti wore her best Indian dress for the day. She went to the shop with Mummy to choose a Rakhi. There were so many different Rakhis. It was really hard to choose just one. There were red ones, green ones, gold ones, ones with pictures, and ones with beautiful patterns. Mummy spotted a really colourful one. Jyoti thought it was pretty but not quite right. Then Jyoti spotted the perfect Rakhi. It was red and gold, just right for her brother Dinesh. Mummy paid for the Rakhi. And they left the shop. Then they went to buy some Indian sweets for Dinesh. There were so many colourful sweets to choose from, but Jyoti picked Dinesh's favourite. Green ones which tasted of coconut. Back at home, Mummy helped Jyoti put the Rakhi, the Indian sweets and some red powder in a tray. Everything was ready. Dinesh came in. Jyoti tied the Rakhi on Dinesh's wrist. Then she put a red ticker on his forehead as a sign of good luck. And gave him an Indian sweet. Dinesh loves his little sister very much too. So he gave her some sparkly bangles. Jyoti loved her present and gave her brother a great big hug.
Jackson, what do you think?
Oh, it's really nice, Jelly, but,
You don't like it?
Oh, yes, I do. I like it, yes, but it's just not very colourful, that's all.
Well, I can do something about that.
Oh, you can?
Yes,
How?
by painting it, of course.
Oh, let me get it off first.
Oh, silly me.
Yes, Milton. Milton.
Here, dear boy, sampling some literary delights that have filled me so full of colour that I have to make a story.
Oh, can I help you?
Certainly, dear heart. You may assist me in my moment of magic. A multitude of colour.
Ooh, Milton, how did you do that?
Oh, just a little magic I keep up my sleeve. Are you ready? Imagine a story. It's a blue cow story.
Blue cow goes to India.
In a field not far away is a herd of cows grazing quietly. One of the cows is most unusual. Blue Cow wonders about the big world beyond her field. One day, Blue Cow was looking at the green grass. I wonder what it would be like to go to a colourful place. Oh, she's off again, said the other cows. So Blue Cow caught the bus that stops beside her field. I'd like a ticket to somewhere very colourful, please. There you go, madam. Hold very tight. And they set off for India. And then they arrived. Blue Cow was in India. Standing in front of her was a pink cow covered in yellow and orange flowers. Hello, I'm Blue Cow, said Blue Cow. Are you pink, yellow and orange cow? No, my name's Anu, laughed the other cow. I'm leading the procession for a special festival. A special festival? Asked Blue Cow. A festival of colours. Look. Blue Cow looked around her. The people, shops, streets, and even the dogs were painted all the colours of the rainbow. It's beautiful, said Blue Cow. Lovely Indian music started to play. This way, said Anu excitedly. The procession is starting. Blue Cow turned around and saw lots and lots of people and animals dancing in the streets. They looked fantastic. Suddenly, plop, plop, plop. Oh, is that rain? Plop, whoosh, rain bucketed down. Everyone was soaked. Don't worry, it's stopping, said Anu. But oh dear, drip, slosh, drip. All the paint had washed away. I can't lead the procession now. I'm not colourful enough. But you're still blue. Will you do it? Asked Anu. Moo! Wow! Said a delighted Blue Cow. I'd love to! Hooray for Blue Cow! Shouted the crowds. Oh, thank goodness you were here, Blue Cow, said Anu. You saved the day! You'll never guess where I've been. Where have you been? I've been to India for a festival. Everyone knows cows can't go to India. But we know they can. Don't we?
Jackson, your bracelet's finished.
Oh, let me see. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, thank you, Jelly.
Okay, and this, Milton, is for you.
For me?
Yes.
My little jelly bean. It's wondrous.
What is it?
Thanks.
I think I shall call it Lights Shining in the Dark. Now we need a large helping of imagination. Are you ready? Imagine a story. It's a Snip and Wag story. And it's called Frisky Witch.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. It's Halloween tonight, and they've been invited to a party. Good evening, chappies. I'm your host, says a very jolly ghost. The singing and the dancing have just begun. Feel free to join in the fun. A cat and a bat sway to a tune that sounds like a wail. Come on, you dogs, says the friendly ghoul. Aren't you going to bark and howl? So Sniff and Wag join in the fun. They bark and howl as loud as they can. Time for snacks, says a horse. Wag yaps. Jelly, bones, and cheesy flavoured stars. Now it's time for my special guest, the Frisky Witch, to perform some stunts on her magic broomstick, says the ghostly host. The creatures watch as the Frisky Witch flies off through the air. Queue for your broomstick rides over here, says the Frisky Witch. As Sniff and Wag are our special guests, I think they deserve the very first turn. The Frisky Witch tells everyone, broomstick with your body of oak, broomstick with your tail of thorn, fly, Sniff and Wag, home before the dawn, chants the Frisky Witch, and the broomstick is transformed. I'm so happy I could howl, says a giggly Sniff. Sniff and Wag sweep home across the glittery sky. All the stars gasp as the broom flies past, for it's such an amazing sight. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Fancy going home on a broomstick.
Now it's time for us to go home.
Alas, yes. The dawn is upon us. The morning is nigh. We've made our stories, and we bid you goodbye. Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous. Stories are fun.
Bye, story makers.
See you again soon. Come with me